Well, now to the Negev Forum, still ongoing in Abu Dhabi, along with the United Arab Emirates at the summit, Bahrain, Egypt, Morocco, the United States, and Israel. The countries say they will work together in a few different arenas, among them tourism, education, and energy. This is the third meeting of its kind in a step launched by the Biden administration and regional allies aimed at strengthening the Abraham Accords. Meanwhile, though, Hamas spokesperson Hazem Qasim denouncing this meetup, describing the Arab countries' participation as, quote, an insistence on the sin of their normalization with the occupation. Let's bring in Ophir Gendelman, the former Israeli Prime Minister's spokesperson to the Arab world, joining us live in studio this evening. Thank you so much for joining us. This week's two-day conference in Abu Dhabi will be the first times that these working groups were set up to discuss these regional projects. Has there been any real progress from these meetings? They are preparing for another meeting in Morocco in just a couple of months. Has there been any tangible success from these meetings?
Absolutely. No, they're meeting and they're discussing real projects, real joint projects that will take place in a few months. Now, this is the third time in which these working groups are meeting since the launch of the Negev Forum about a year ago, and it shows the real commitment by all parties to this regional forum that aims to benefit all countries. So I think this is a very positive step forward. It shows that, you know, the Abraham Accords are more than a political framework. It's an actual basis for cooperation for the benefits of all people.
Let's talk about the criticism to this now. The meeting comes amid the backdrop of a lot of tension within Israel itself after far-right Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir went to the Al-Aqsa Mosque compound known as the Temple Mount to Jews. Hamas is saying that the normalization would, quote, encourage more fascism and racism, and that the Israeli government would only escalate its aggression. What do you think about this criticism? What kind of player is Hamas in this sphere?
Hamas is not a player. Hamas has been defeated. When you look at the political level, the Arab countries are normalizing relations with Israel. They're moving forward. Hamas is still an Iranian proxy. It's an Iranian militia getting its orders and weapons and money from Iran, and it wants to destabilize the region. And these meetings, this forum, sends a message of cooperation, of coexistence, of stability. And this is what Hamas opposes. But ultimately, Hamas is alone.
Well, Hamas is also condemning the United Arab Emirates' move to add Holocaust education as part of its curriculum, saying they're surprised that countries are taking these types of steps under the right-wing government. So is the Palestinian issue lost on these regional allies that perhaps the Palestinians who are in Hamas thought they had in their corner?
Look, Hamas is a Nazi ideological twin of Nazi Germany. And why? Because in Hamas charter it says that this organization aims to kill every Jew on the planet. It not only aims at fighting Israel, it aims as committing a mass genocide against Jews. And the fact that a terrorist organization that is committed to the destruction of my people and murdering millions is denouncing a very courageous, important, groundbreaking decision by the UAE to teach Holocaust at schools shows once again to everyone who forgot what the real colors of this genocidal terrorist organizations are.
And very quickly, U.S. and Israeli officials have proposed several times through Egyptian mediators for the Palestinians to perhaps participate in some of these working groups and some of these summits, but they said no. What do you think about that?
I think it would be very beneficial for the Palestinians to participate in these projects because ultimately they can benefit from them. Israel's interest is to see Palestinian economy thrive and flourish. But the Palestinians, as always, are saying no. They're saying no to peace. They are saying no to reconciliation. They're saying no to coexistence. And they're saying yes to the continuation of the conflict. That's unfortunate. But Israel's relations with the Arab world are expanding and are deepening. And we take great pride in these meetings that took place in Abu Dhabi and will take place in Morocco in a couple of months. I think it's a wonderful step forward and a great message of peace and coexistence.
Ophir Gendelman live in studio with us this evening. Thank you.
Thank you.